Hello everyone, welcome back to Epify Live, and this is a full stack Laravel and Vue.js application development tutorial series. In our previous video, we learned how we can control the different pages access. Now in this video, we will learn how we can control the resources for actions such as create, read, update. Okay, so we have taken some read, write, update, and delete permissions with each and every type of user. So currently I'm logged in as an admin. So as you can see, admin cannot see the tags and category, so that's why I don't have the category and tags listing in the menu. So if I give them back as a read permission, then I will definitely be able to see tags and category here. Okay, so yeah, so if I come back again, you see for the tags I don't have the write, read, update, or any kind of actions. Okay, so let's go ahead and block these options and remove these buttons. Okay, so let's go ahead and we have the permission. Okay, so these permissions these permissions need to be used in almost all of the pages, right? So we have to put this. We have to. Currently, you see this variable is only available with this in this component. So we have to go ahead and update this component or store this component in this variable inside in our store. So in that case, what we should do is that we should update our store with this permission variables. Okay, so let's go ahead and do some comment, and let's say user let's name it user permission, or you can name set user permission, whatever you'd like to do. And let's go ahead and update the permission. Okay, and in our store.js file, in our mutation, we will create another function, and then we will definitely update the permission. Okay, so let's just call it okay, we might have permission defined somewhere, so we will get some error. So in that case, we can write instead of writing user, naming should be constant. I mean, you should follow some way of coding. So like for example, you have written set delete model, set delete model object, just change the counter. Okay, it was for testing. Update user, we should say set update user. So let's change that as well. Set update user. So let's add the set here so that we can understand. Okay, we are setting the variable. Let's go ahead and just rename that again. Set user permission. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this set user permission, and we can call it as a user permission. Okay. Okay, that's nice. User permission by default will be null, and if it is null, we will give the full access because the admin has not configured anything, so we can consider it as a complete access. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead now. So we have the permission in our store. Now you see we have available now our variable available in every page. So we can simply make a getter. So we can say get user permission. So we will be able to get that permission for, in every page. And we have a lot of pages, text, category, admin, user, blog. So we will have quite a lot of pages. So in that case, we have to use the logic everywhere, like if you have the permission for read, show it, otherwise do not show it. So it will be really annoying to put your code almost everywhere. Okay, so let's try to change this code in one place. So in that case, we will use our command.js file, which is a Mixin, and Mixin is a file which is always available in all of your components. Okay, and command.js I have showed in my earlier videos, maybe in 1 or 2 videos, number 1 or 2 part. I have showed you that how we can use that in app.js file. So you see in app.js file, I'm using this Vue Mixin, and that's quite available in everywhere. Okay, so let's go ahead and in command.js file we have to write some computed. So yeah, is a component computed and the method. So I could have used methods, but I will prefer writing multiple computed methods instead of writing just method, because component computed will give you access to caching mechanism. So that's why it will perform a little bit better. Okay, so let's go ahead and define some completed. So I can read it. Okay, read is read permitted. We can name it, but in completed we cannot pass any argument or parameter. So what we have to do is we have to define is read permitted, and then we will write a few more variable like this is write permitted, because we don't know whether we are trying to check read or write permission. Okay, so that's the problem. We have to define at least 5 actions. That's okay. We will get access to the caching. Okay, that's nice. So again we will define is delete permitted. Okay, so it will return either true or false. That's all. Okay, now let's go ahead and just console.log. We will do the console for these getters. Okay, so how do we do that? Okay, let's go ahead and use some we can access it completely directly, but I think we could have accessed it like any other pages. Maybe we can import this one. Let's go ahead, import Mixin, sorry, Vuex and map getters. Let's use the map getters now, and we have completed here. You just go ahead and copy paste that. Here you go. We need to get the access of user permission. So it says we can pass an object instead. We can rename it something like user permission, and then we can write it. Okay, get user permission. Okay, so that's really cool, and we can log it user permission, this variable now, and let's see if we can get access to it. Okay, is read permitted, right? Nice. So now how do we check that? Okay, let's go ahead in the text page. Okay, now in the text page, what we can do is in created, we will just check we will just call this Mixin method completed. So we will code is read permitted from created. So that's fine. So we should be able to get call this is read permitted, and then this will call this user permission completed value, and this is actually coming from the store. So the store has the store is returning the user permission. So we should be able to access the whole permission array. Okay, a little bit confused whether it is getting accessed from this place or from any other places. So let's add some string. User permission is, okay, that's fine. Okay, so user permission is, so we have access all this data now. So the beautiful thing is that no matter where you are, you just need to call this is permitted and this is permitted. All these things are available in all of your components, right? So that's why I have to define it in command.js file, which is a Mixin. Okay, Mixin is really awesome sometime for the reusability of your code. Okay, that's cute. Now let's go ahead and we don't have to write everything here. Let's call a method. Okay, check user permission, and for that what we can do is that here we can log that we can see what page you are in. So currently I'm in tech page. Now let's see if we can easily know what page you are in. So let's go ahead and write this dot route. Okay, let's just call it this dot route, and here what we will be doing is that we will call this dot check user permission method from this completed. Okay, so that should be nice. Okay, here we go. We have these things available, the full route. Now if I can do log the full route name, then this name should be available. So we already know, okay, at what page you are currently in. Okay, that's super nice, right? Now in our case, you know what we have, we can just return from here. We can just return, and we can say, okay, it is read. So what we can do is we can we can log here Also console dot log this dot user permission, and let me show you something. It's really it will be really nice. So you see the object is read, I mean the key is read, so we will pass this key in this function. So we will pass this key. Okay, so and then we will just return from here, and we can access the key from here. And then let's go ahead and first of all we will check if we have the user permission array. Okay, it can be null by default. If you don't have any permission, that we will just return true from here. If you don't have any permission, that means you can do anything. You don't have any permission, so you can do anything. So, or yeah, anything. But if it has some permission set up, so we can okay, it's not a for loop, so we can go ahead and write, okay, let d, which means data, d of this dot user permission. So we are looping through, and if I want to show you what's inside D, you can see, okay, inside D we have all these 6 items here. Okay, so let's go ahead and check read is not defined. Okay, so that's okay, because read should be a string because it's not defined, it's not a variable, so that's fine. You see D has all the single objects here. Okay, now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to you see the read. Okay, now I will try to access the read value. Okay, so I will try to access this dynamically. So this key is getting dynamically passed, so I will try to access all the read. So you see I have 6 reads, and all of the reads are currently true, so that means I am available to I'm able to access the read key from these array objects. Okay, that's really cool. Now what I have to do is I have to do some condition here, and let's say let's take a variable. Okay, is permitted. Okay, I can say, okay, is permitted equal false. This is something like similar to our PHP code. So we will match. Okay, if this is the page you are looking for, if you were looking for text page, and then if we say okay, and if you were trying to access user permission dot name, okay, so we have d dot name as well, and if it does match, then we will check if you have the read permission. Okay, so what we will be doing is that we will check another condition. You can do in one condition, but let's break it down. So we will check if this is true. Okay, if this is true, we can say, let's make it clear, we can say is permitted equal true, and then we can simply break the loop, right? And otherwise, if we're on the same page and it's not true, that means in else condition we have to write is permitted. Okay, is permitted is by default already false, so I don't need any read condition, right? So on the other hand, I can also break from here from further returning. Okay, you can write is permitted false here, but it's already defined up there. And if it is not true, we will simply just return from here. That's a simple thing, and what we can do is we can just return this is permitted. Okay, so all of this boilerplate code is now separated. Okay, that's simple, I think. Okay, okay, let's go ahead. Now we have this read, and similarly we can have write, update, delete, so it's all simple. Now what we can do here is that I will go ahead in the text page, and what I will be doing, okay, first of all let's see what it prints. Okay, now this is returning, so it should return true. Okay, so let's go ahead. Okay, it's returning true. Okay, now assigned rule, I will remove this read permission, and I will come here and then what I will be doing is that I will refresh this page. Okay, I have these read permissions, so let's go ahead and okay, if I don't have the read permission, I will not be able to see the page at all. So what I have to do, I have to check the write permission instead. Okay, so for the write permission, we have to call the write. So similar way, what I can do is I can call the check user permission, and here instead of read, I can pass the write. Okay, and here I can call is read or write permission available. So it should give false because I don't have the right permissions. So if I come to assign rules and if I give the right permission, and then if I save it and refresh the page and go back to text, I see true. So that means I am successfully able to get the permission of the users. Okay, so that's really awesome, and I don't have update and delete permission. Okay, so that's pretty much same thing. You just need to pass the key dynamically. So here you go, we will pass this update only, and then we will pass this delete on it. Okay, that's simple, superb. Okay, now what we'll be doing is that we will come here. Remember, it only returns whether true or false. That's all it returns, right? Now we have a button here. You see, we have this button, text, add text. What I will be doing is that I will simply do a check here, and then I will call this is read permitted. Okay, that's really awesome. Okay, so is read permitted, whether it's permitted, I will in the text page I will simply see this add text. Okay, that's fine. It's returning true, that's why I'm seeing it, right? Now the similar, pretty much similar way, I will add that in also in the update permission. Okay, is read permitted, and then here I will go ahead and no, it's not read, it actually write. So I don't need any read permission. That's sorry, because I think, yeah, we can control that as well. We can actually stop returning any data from the front end. So let's keep that as well. So adding data is actually a write permission. So we will check if write is available, and then we have is update permitted. So it's for editing, and then again for deleting we have a call for delete permission, right? So you see we have some simple computed methods defined, and we can completely control all of them dynamically. You see, we don't have any read, write, we don't have any update or delete permission at all, so I cannot take any action from here. It's removed, but I have the read permission, a write permission, so I can see it. So if I go back here and I remove the write permission from this user, refresh this page, go back to text, you see I even don't have the write permission, right? So that's really awesome, and you can do whatever things you would like to do. Even you can stop calling your server. For example, let's say we are calling get text, right? We are calling the get text, and you can completely control from here. Okay, you see this text page, and you can control. Okay, is if you have the read permission from here, so you can check if this dot is read permitted, right? So if this is not permitted, you can simply return from here. Okay, so the API call will not be made from Vue.js instead. But yeah, if you don't have the read permission, we don't even show you the page, right? And then if we even refresh this page, if we don't have the read permission, the Laravel will take care about that thing. So we have a complete backend Laravel and Vue.js complete rule system, so we can control the pages, if you can access the page or not, and also we have controlling the resources, whether you can make any actions such as add, update or delete. So we have a full control. Okay, and you see this is super easy things, and in the category page all we have to do is just do this simple checks only with some if condition, and all of the code has already been written, so you just need to reuse or just use the method. Okay, that's all you just need to do. How cool and how simple is that, right? So guys, if you have any question and if you need any helps for understanding this concept, just let me know in my group. I will try to help you as much as I can. Sorry for today, I have some pain in my throat, so that's why a little bit harder to talk anymore, so please pardon me. And yeah, we are coming all the way a long way. So I think we are very much close to end of this backend admin panel development. From this next tutorial, I will not do any you see, in the category I don't have any write permission, but I have edit and delete. So if I come here in category, I don't have write, but I have this update and delete permission. So it's all working super duper nice. So you can do that all by yourself. Just let me know if I have any question in our Facebook group. Thank you guys for watching this tutorial. If you like it, go ahead, subscribe my channel, comment your valuable feedback, and please don't forget to share this video. Thank you.